Bing bong.
Thank you,
Hey,
Brian. What's up? Welcome to Trifecta Talks, number 21.
Ayo.
We're legal to drink.
Some of us.
Who's not the other person?
Actually, I don't know. I think we're all legally able to
I'm
drink.
aging in reverse like Benjamin Button.
Whoa.
Next
Welcome
year I
to the
won't be able to drink, and then in 20 years I'm going to be a little baby.
Welcome to the show. We have a special guest with us today for 21. Writer, director, friend of the show, cousin of mine, Connor Van Slyce. Connor, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. You told me going into this I'm the first guest, so I'm honored to be in the presence of some people I really love talking to, and I'm excited to be here. Excited to talk some video game adaptations today.
Heck yeah, we're glad to have you.
That's the nicest thing you've
Cheers.
ever said, brother, to me.
To you? Yeah. Don't expect much else.
Welcome to the show, man. Yeah. Video game adaptations, video game movies, television is the topic of the day. Mason, you good over there? You just figuring out some social media stuff as we were going along?
Yeah, it's just had to fix some things in the back end. All right, here we go. Matt Hare's in here. Welcome, Matt Hare. How you doing?
Hello. Welcome to the show.
Sorry about all that.
We
I
were
don't
having
know
some
if anybody
technical
knew.
difficulties at the start, but now we're doing okay. We're live. We're here. We're doing it.
The twist is that I'm the technical difficulty.
Maybe.
All right.
Are you
Do you
good,
hear that?
Jared?
What's that?
Did you
You're
guys
a
hear a
little-
baby?
I did
I
hear
didn't
a
hear a
baby.
baby. Oh, I didn't
No,
hear
I
it.
heard a baby. I
You
heard
heard a baby in your house,
screaming.
Brandon?
What?
What?
It's Brian as Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
I'm
Huh?
in all of our houses right now. At different stages of life. Connor, you got old man Brian.
I got senile like geriatric
How did he get?
Brian.
Wait a minute. The guy with no wrinkles on his head gets old man Brian. I would get old man Brian.
Oh, I didn't know that's how we were doing this. Technically, if we're going by that,
No, we're going
Connor
by
would get
wrinkle
baby
ratio.
Brian.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
You,
Connor
Jared,
would
you get middle-aged Brian. Not
I
for
don't know
any
if I like
particular
that.
reason. That's just like where we landed.
Not for
Unless
any
you-
particular reason.
Unless you want angsty teen Brian.
Were you ever an angsty teen? I doubt it.
No.
What was your angstiest?
What-
Angstiest? What is it? What's the term?
Angst. Most angst.
Thing you've ever done.
Angstiest thing I've ever done. I don't
For
know.
context, we all think Brian's a good boy.
Thank you. I'm a sweet boy.
What is considered angst?
I
Like
don't know. Drinking and driving.
I think that's just
Does
illegal.
that happen frequently for you, Jared?
What's that?
Do you do that frequently? Is that like why you're using an example?
Road sodas, baby. That's what I call them.
Road sodas.
Road sodas.
Actually, I think that's what Brian called it.
That's what I did. Yeah, I did. Because I left Smirnoffs at your house. And you're like, oh, you should take them. I'm like, yeah, I'll just get myself a road soda on the way back.
Road soda.
Yeah, I know. I hear
I
a
heard
child.
that.
Did I say? Did you hear that? That was a
I
that was
did
a
hear
little
that.
boy
That was
yelling.
a loud one.
He said, "Get me out of here!"
Welcome to the show. Are we gonna talk about what we've been playing, or are we just gonna jump right in with C-Man?
No, we haven't done that in a while.
Okay, Connor, what have you
We've
been
been playing.
playing? Do you even play video games anymore?
This is funny because no.
He started playing something because he knew he was going to be on the show. Oh,
It's
darn
funny, I
it.
Yeah,
don't.
no. I actually played Battlefield the other day.
Ooh.
Which one?
Fun.
That
Which
counts as
lasted
playing
for about
something.
15 minutes because I just can't handle it. Too stressful.
Oh, which one did you play?
The one with the desert. And
Probably
the-
one.
The Battlefield 1. Is it the World War 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
picked
You
up
have
the
no idea what
flamethrower.
you played. I'm looking at your face. You have no
Nah,
clue what you
nah.
played.
I picked up a flamethrower and I got really excited.
Okay, so that probably is Battlefield 1. That's the best one.
Matt here says Brian bust up the gulag with Grandson's latest album has got to be the angstiest thing he's done.
Grandson's newest album that came out 2 years ago, that was pretty angsty. So yeah, I'll say that.
That was pretty angsty.
I finished Hogwarts Legacy
Heyo.
finally. Took forever.
Nice.
Then I picked up because I forgot it came out this weekend, and I think it was on your list of games, Jared. But it's Midnight Walk on PlayStation.
Midnight Walk. I don't know.
It's from the people who did Lost in Random. It's the stop motiony kind of game in VR.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
There's a lot of games that
really-
come out. I can't think of everything.
Oh, that's a new one.
That's a
Midnight
new
Walk,
one,
you
yeah.
said? The Midnight Walk.
The
Oh
Midnight-
yeah, that was
Yeah.
from one of their
Yeah.
showcases. Yeah. I heard it was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember that.
It's pretty horrifying, in VR
Really?
at least. Yeah, like I got like jump scared like twice, and I was
Connor,
like,
for context, that's what the lead looks like.
It kind of looks like you.
Yo, that's messed up.
no, technically you're the lead.
Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't played the game.
I'm telling you right now. No, because you follow him around, and he's like your partner.
I think this is Connor.
Actually, I see the resemblance.
That's the thing that jump
Those
scared
are some
me.
thin arms right there.
And then so this kind of leads into our conversation a little bit, but I caved, and instead of, because I wanted it to look really nice on my collection, I was like, you know what, fudge it. I'm just going to pay the $10 and get The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. So I started.
Did you buy
that.
it? You bought it digitally?
I bought it. I have it physically for PS4, and then I just bought the upgrade pack for $10.
Got you.
Which I've been enjoying. It definitely, I don't think it's deserving of what the release, but it definitely it cleans up a lot. It looks really nice. Like it really just puts the edge on to me an already great game. So
Brandon,
guys
you and I
hear
are
that
going to agree on
beeping?
that point.
What's
what's that?
Brandon, you and I are going to agree on that point.
Yeah, I don't. Jared does not like the game.
What?
I like the game a lot.
Oh, I love the first game. I think the first game's a masterpiece.
No, I'm talking the second game. I'm
Oh,
talking.
I know what you're
No,
talking about.
I think he knows.
We'll get into it. That's the other
I got
thing I
you.
wanted to talk to y'all about.
I'm trying to figure out how to tighten this, so give me a second.
It's okay. And I haven't played anything, but I recently recharged my Vita because I was worried about the battery going out, but luckily it's still functioning fine. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Nice.
Brian?
I had to take my headphones off because it started dying, so I gotta plug those in for a bit.
Connor, we're pretty lax podcast, dude. We just
No, I'm here for it. A lot of this stuff is foreign to me, so I'm happy to just be along for the ride.
Brian, what are you playing?
So I actually have been playing stuff outside of college football because I've kind of ditched it for now because I got sick of it. I'm burnt out. So I've been playing Insurgency Sandstorm. That's been great
Yep.
and
I
terrifying.
gotta get that and play that with you. We gotta
Oh,
play that
dude,
together.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been playing a little bit of Marvel Rivals. I also played for a little bit. Was there anything else? Those might have been the two. I played some stuff on PS2. I don't know if I mentioned that the last time, but so a while ago I had picked up a couple PS2 games and I played one of them and one of them that I've had for a while. So the one was ATV Off-Road Fury 3, and it holds up so well. The handling is
Two.
incredible. It's great.
I had
But,
two
um,
growing up.
Oh, I was to say he bought 3, not 2.
Yeah, I bought
No, I
3.
know. No, I know
Yeah.
what he bought. I'm just saying
Oh,
I
okay.
had to. I had.
Oh,
the
I
second
see.
game.
See, I couldn't remember for the life of me which one I had, but I was like, I
Yeah,
just,
Brian.
after
Brian's sitting in the store going, I don't know which one it is. Just like
So
right
luckily, I made the right decision and did get the right one. Because once I played it, and I'm like, I remember these two like starting maps on it, like the back of my hand. So I was just doing like free roam on those, and it holds up so well. It's great. I want to play it a ton. The other one was Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, which I'm glad it works, but I'm not sure it works entirely because the disc is really scratched on it because I've had it for a while, but like I got it from somewhere, like a friend or whatever. It didn't come with a case, so it's just been like laying in a stack of other discs for like years, and somehow in like with it getting moved around or whatever, it has a bunch of scratches on it, but it plays great. The only thing, I don't know if this is a thing in the game or what, because everything else handles great, is the radio skips like a record. So I don't know if that's the game or if that's the disc. And because it handles, like, the driving's fantastic. Like, it handles amazing. But the music, for whatever reason, like, it skips around on each song. Like, it goes back and forth.
looked
I'm
it
like, I
up?
don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So, but yeah, the disc is, like, pretty beat up. But other than that, it ran great. So, I don't know. Other than that, I played a little bit of Madden, but I tried it just because I was hyped up for the draft and the postseason and or the off season and everything, and I am yeah, I'm definitely burnt out on just like sports games. So I'm gonna so Madden, Titanfall 2 was the other one I've been playing.
Oh,
Titanfall, like, I got back into Titanfall 2. I
Amazing.
love it. Yeah, such a good FPS. But I believe
did you see
that's
that they
it.
supposedly canceled a new Titanfall game?
Yeah, it was supposedly, I don't know if it was supposedly like exactly Titanfall 3, but it was a
Yeah.
Titanfall game, and
They
it got
they
canned.
canceled it because they wanted to put their efforts into Apex, right? Is that what I heard?
Yeah,
pretty
and
much.
Apex
and they
and
laid off a
Star
lot of
Wars.
employees too.
Because
From what I saw.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Respawn also owns the Star Wars Jedi series, and
Mhm.
so they wanted to focus on Apex and that. Which I mean, that's their moneymaker. But everybody's been asking for a Titanfall 3.
Literally, and Titanfall 2 is so well, like the fans like take care of it. Like
Yeah.
they're constantly on the servers. You can find games in like seconds. It's great.
I play on both PS4 and PC.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
you
I
can
play
find
on
servers both ways.
Xbox Series X. It's great. I love
Connor,
it.
I remember me and you used to play Titanfall 1 back in the day.
Yeah, I think you were the one that introduced me to that game. I wasn't even aware of the existence of it. And then I think you came over one night and we're just kind of saying, oh, I know this game. And then I think we played it for probably an ungodly amount of time. Like,
I love
honestly.
I know I played it a lot. I do remember playing at your house. I don't remember specifically how long, but I do remember playing it. Also, for context's sake, Connor and I were frequent Halo players back in the day. Connor and I used to play a ton of Halo.
See, it's funny because Jared got me on to Halo, and now it's like a game I revisit more frequently. Like, I haven't been playing as much, but if there's a go-to game, it's probably Halo.
Nice.
Halo's good.
What
I
are you
haven't
playing,
played.
sir?
I haven't played too much recently. We've been super busy up here. I've been playing a little WWE here and there because WrestleMania just happened, and it's heating up right now. So I've been playing it. I ordered some older wrestling games too to play.
Oh.
So WWE 12, 13, and 14. 14 finally came in, and I
Yeah.
booted it up yesterday for the first time in like a couple of years. Oh my god, that's my favorite wrestling game of all time, and just booting it up for the first time again, I was like a joy. just like giddy, just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
If there is one I haven't played and going back to a little bit, it's what? If there's one I have been playing a little bit for the first time and really enjoying, it's Red Dead 2.
You have been
that's your
enjoying Red
first
Dead
time?
too. Really?
I'm gonna say yes. Now I did try it before. I thought it was a little slow.
You didn't even get past the snow mission.
No, I didn't. But And I'm gonna be quite honest, I haven't this time either. I played a little bit. I played to the end of the opening mission, and then I played online because Justice, friend of the
Oh,
show,
okay.
he loves Red Dead 2 online, so he's been asking me to play. It is unbelievably fun to go find somebody, just like watch what you can do, because I don't know what you can do in this game. Go hog tie an alligator, skin it, put it on the back of your horse, or go hog tie some other humans, put them to the back of your horse, and throw them in the swamp with all the gators. It is the funniest, most entertaining game I've ever played in my life. It's also wild. Like some of the stuff you can do, it's insane. I'm not even kidding. The first day we played, he's like, watch this. And he's like, he hog tied somebody, threw him in with the gators. He's like, just watch. And they come running out. It's insane. It's insane.
Alligators look so real, man.
Well, in that game they do, because the graphics. I mean, listen, that game is that 2018, 2019? I want to say it's 2018. It doesn't matter. That game is gorgeous. How that game holds up the way that it does today is just absolutely insane. It, like, the views from we had to go into the snow to capture somebody to then bring him back for money. And just going through the snow and seeing all the mountains and everything, it's unreal, the amount of detail that's in that game. What else? I got something today that was given to me for free. That's video game related. Would you guys like to see it?
Let's see it.
Okay, so this was given to me. I've been wanting one of these for a while. It was in the garage of a house up here at Huntersfield, and my father-in-law goes, "Just take it. It's been here for years. Just take it." So look at this. You ready? Hold on.
It's Larry the video game, whatever that game is for PS2.
It's Cheggers.
It's
Cheggers.
the man. It's the man
only
game.
Copy. It's the only copy of Cheggers 2 in existence.
It's the guy game. The guy game on
The,
PS2.
the guy
is that what it
game. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
is? So it's a Super Nintendo. And it came with like Mega Man. I think this is a more expensive game. I don't know. It came with like Final Fantasy 3. That's pretty expensive. Mario World and Mario All Stars.
Oh, nice.
And NBA Jam.
Nice.
NBA Jam's a great one.
And I've been looking for
You got the wires?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. So so it doesn't turn on. So it could be it's probably one of two things. It's the adapter, because the adapter is old, so I bought a new adapter. If that doesn't work, it's some pins in the motherboard. I have a solder here, and so Lid's like, we should figure out how to solder it and put it together. I said, let's do it.
Or you could just bring it to a used game shop and they'll fix it.
Yeah, I could do that, or I'd learn how to do it myself. Do you
Sure,
realize
we
the
can.
nearest game store is an hour from here?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just that's an afternoon investment if I want to go do that, where I could just do
No,
it here
I'm
maybe
sure.
in like 20 minutes.
And then you call me up and like, I broke it.
Well, listen, if
I burnt my hand.
here's how I view it, right? If I try to fix it and it doesn't turn back on, I lost nothing because it didn't turn on before. So
There you
it's
go.
like-
That's
Very
right.
It's like I lose nothing out of it. I could
Yeah.
just sell the games off. And honestly, if I just sold the games off, and then I could just buy a new Super Nintendo at this point.
You honestly, yeah, you could.
So yeah, that's it. I
Nice.
thought that was cool. That was the highlight of my day. I had to go into that garage to find stuff, and I opened up this bag, and Super Nintendo. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
There was like a golden light that shined.
Literally, I've been looking for this thing forever to try to buy it, and I can't justify the price sometimes with the old games, as we all talk about on this show. And so to get it for free and then have everything with it was so cool. It was cool.
Nice.
But yeah, Red Dead 2 has been the big one lately.
Going to the chats real quick. Kenny said, I've been going back to games I haven't finished. I've just beat Pokemon Scarlet, and I'm just trying to finish Fire Emblem Engage. And then Matt here says, Jared revealing his psychotic tendencies through Red Dead 2. Truly majestic.
Well, yeah. Yeah. It's a great
All
stress
right.
reliever. It really is. You're having a rough day, just go hog tie an alligator, Go hog tie some random pedestrian on the street in Red Dead and just fucking throw him in the swamp.
I forgot to also mention this too, but I'll quickly mention that I started playing Star Fox Adventures on GameCube.
Yeah, because you paid out for that, didn't you?
I did. Well, I had the GameCube already, but I was getting some used games that either I played as a kid or never got around to.
Yeah.
So I paid out for that. It wasn't a bad price to me. It's pretty good. It's an Ocarina of Time clone.
I say that's the third person one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the
great.
adventure
I
game.
love it. It definitely would have, like, if I didn't know that, I don't know. I just never knew that because I only knew Star Fox as like the space shooter, but it's more than that this game. So I like it. It's better than like the same stuff that we usually got on NES and SNES or SNES,
Yeah.
not NES.
The
All right.
other game, I guess I'll mention one more. So my son and I have been playing Knack.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
Did I tell you that's the last time? Yeah, Asher, my oldest, picked it out, and he was like, "I want to play that." So okay, so I bought it, and he asked me all the time, "Can we play Knack? Can we play that?" It's the only game. So now he was a big Skylander guy, but this game is the one that he has consistently more than any other game I've ever bought in this house. That's the one. Knack. He's like, I want to go back to. So
That's
I think that's pretty
awesome.
cool.
He's found his niche. He's found
He
his
has.
knack.
Yeah, his knack. Yeah, he found that. It's been really fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just jump straight into the topic. So if you guys didn't know, Connor is as we would like to say in the business, a film connoisseur of sorts. Connor, did you want to talk a little bit about yourself before we go into this?
Sure, I'd be happy to. I think during the intro, Jared kind of set me up a little bit, but I'm a filmmaker, a writer, director. I went to film school for film production, so I've made a lot of stuff with the people on this live stream. A lot of the founding things before film school were made with them. And yeah, that's kind of the career I'm pursuing, is just
It's because we
filmmaking.
do it for free.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's a good point, because all the films we've made have been made for probably under $100. So,
That's right.
which is a testament to our abilities as adapters. But yeah, no. Filmmaker, guy who used to play video games a lot, and yeah.
With me.
Ironically, Jared's kind of the person that got me into both video games and films. Honestly, I'll toot his horn a little bit. That I think it was Galaxy Quest was kind of the first one that you and I watched together, and
Greatest movie ever made.
yeah. But yeah, no, you showed me that, and I think it was probably Halo and being at your old house playing video games that kind of got me into both of those things. So thank you, Jared, for that. But yeah,
You're so welcome, brother. I
won't
thought
toot my
about this.
horn too much in terms of filmmaking, but
I thought about this. So I stepped away from I'm going to try to fix this mic because it's bothering the hell out of me as I'm talking. I don't know. Okay, there we go. I think I figured it out. God, I hope so. Oh, nope, it's still wobbly. Don't matter. I thought about this the other day. You are kind of doing what I wanted to do. What Connor goes to these film festivals and he does all this stuff and he's doing great things, goes to Hollywood, does the whole thing. And I wanted to do that too. And then I was like, I don't think I like that. And so I stepped back and I said, I'm not going to do that anymore. And then Connor's like, he hit the gas and was like, no, I'm doing this. He became way, way more passionate than I ever was. And I would like to say I was a pretty passionate guy about movies. Now Brian's pretty into him. Mason's pretty into him too. But I would say out of the four of us, I would say you have definitely surpassed myself and Brian. I would say for sure on the passion for movies. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are for these adaptations that we're going to talk about, because I wonder how much context you're going to have to the actual games themselves.
Well, it's funny because I brought up to Brian one of the movies we'll talk about, Silent Hill. I've played the game once, like a decade ago, so I have no context to the game, but I like the movie. But yeah, no, I'm interested to hear you guys talk about it because it's a different viewpoint. Because you guys are coming from it, from both perspectives, but mainly from the video game side. And I come at it from purely filmmaking side. You're gonna hear a lot of terms out of my mouth that are probably gonna sound pretentious to the human ear, but
No, the human eye. Follow that.
That's it. Well, honestly,
I like that.
Probably both.
I like
both.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll kick off this conversation with just guess what's happening right now as far as like video game movies go. So I think the first thing is like, personally, I think we're in a better spot than where we used to be with video game movies. I feel like every time you saw a video game movie come out in the past 20 years or so, it was hit or miss. It was, you got that one good one that might not have been done well with critics, but the fans loved it. But I feel like everything else, like if you talk about, I don't know, Doom with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, it's not hailed as a great movie.
God, that movie is so fun, though. Oh my God, that movie is so fun.
Or you talk about, but that's what I mean. It's like some of them are like just like they enjoy it just for the fun of it. But then you get later on, and then you start to see like movies that also like strangely departed from like the game entirely, like Resident Evil, that got a movie recently in the past year or so.
Last 4 years.
Raccoon
4
City,
years?
right?
And there's another one coming out.
There's another one coming out. Wasn't there one for Netflix
Zach
though?
Kreger.
Did you see? What'd you say?
Kreger.
Zach Kreger, the guy
Zach
who
Kreger.
did Barbarian.
Oh,
Who is?
And
I don't know who that is. Who is
doing
that?
Weapons.
he
What?
did Barbarian.
Oh, he's doing Resident Evil.
And he's doing Weapons. So
Oh, Weapons looks wild, but he's doing
Yeah.
Resident Evil. Barbarian was sick. So if he's
Barbarian
doing
was
Resident
sick.
Evil,
But
he
But
knows how to
is
build
he
tension.
doing? But the Resident Evil he's doing is actually based on Biohazard. Am I correct?
I think I have no idea.
Right, our
Oh,
Connor
man.
wouldn't know that and what that means.
Yeah.
Well,
Resident
no,
Evil
because
seven.
if he did Biohazard, if he did 7, that would be right up his alley. Like
Mm-hmm.
just thinking
More
of the
his
movies that-
style.
more his style of like one location.
Yeah, I think him doing that movie is purely dependent on how Weapons does. So,
Mhm.
I'll be
like,
there
if
day
Weapons
one.
does really well,
Yeah, I'll be there opening weekend.
For what?
All
I'm
Weapons?
gonna,
weekend.
I'm gonna single-handedly make this thing earn its money.
Okay. That
Um,
sounds awesome. I'm really trying to figure out this mic. This mic is really bugging the hell out of me.
dude, yeah, seriously, man. All I hear is
It's like very. I'm just trying to tighten it. It's a new mic, so I'm just trying to tighten the fucking thing. It's just not tighten. I'm gonna mute myself for a minute. If I
okay.
Go for it.
Okay. We can't hear you.
Um,
So yeah, and like I feel like now we're somewhat in a better place. We've gotten better adaptations.
still
can't
very
think.
hit or miss, but like
Still
it's
very
much better
hit or
than what it
miss.
used to be.
But just thinking off the top of my head, like Uncharted is pretty good. I can't think of a bad PlayStation Studios one. I mean,
What about Ratchet and Clank?
is that bad? Is it? All right. Well,
I heard the game was way better. Yeah.
oh, I think I've said that before. I feel like the movie just came out so they could remake the game.
Yes, the movie was an excuse to make the game.
You got Nintendo coming into the game now with
Mhm.
like the biggest heavy hitter of what was it, 2023? Has it been that long? 2022? Time
Mario.
flies.
What, Mario?
Yeah, Mario.
Yeah, 23. Yeah.
And now we're just waiting on Zelda, which I hope is a hit, but it's got some weird
Who-
people behind it
Who
that
did they
scares
line
me.
up to do that? I had been hearing names thrown around.
It's the guy that did Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet, whatever that one's called, the last Planet of the
Westball.
Apes movie.
Kingdom.
Westball.
West Ball.
So
it
like
could be.
that
We'll
that
see.
already gives me
Because
that,
he did
that
like
Kingdom.
You did
Planet of
the
the
Maze
Apes.
Runner.
Kingdom.
Maze Runner.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But just knowing
Maybe-
Kingdom, that he did Kingdom, it's totally going to be based off of Breath of the Wild.
I wanted Travis Knight to do it. He did
Travis
Kubo.
Knight was the
for those who
Bumblebee
don't
guy,
know.
right?
Bumblebee and Kubo. I mean, Kubo, like especially,
he
like
would've
that's
killed
much
it.
more in line with
On-
Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
On top of that, it's Pascal producing.
He's
Amy
producing?
Pascal, is that the
Yeah.
Spider-Man team? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
don't disrespect Amy. We love Amy.
We love Amy, but sometimes she has hit or misses too.
Did Pascal, just
Never.
out of curiosity, did that production company also do all of the other Sony ones too? Yeah.
Well, not all Sony movies, but
no,
some
no,
of them.
Sony Marvel stuff. Sorry, that's what I meant.
yeah, Sony Marvel.
So like so Madam Web, Morbius and Craven.
Yeah, she does all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
But like I said, I hope it gets 2 thumbs up because they've got a lot on the line with that.
I think Kingdom is really good. I think it doesn't quite hit the same level as the other 3 do. But I actually would say Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is better than Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's not the first one of the new apes. I would say it's better than that one.
I'd have to rewatch.
It's not. It doesn't
Rise.
quite hit War and oh my
War and
God.
Dawn.
Dawn. Thank you. I think
so.
it's pretty underrated.
I guess my first question I'll pose out there is, what are your thoughts on the current state of movie or video game adaptations right now?
I think we should hear from Connor first on this one.
Yeah, no, I'll hop into it. It's an interesting conversation to have because, a big overarching question of the industry right now is what the next Marvel thing's going to be. Like, to precede Marvel, what kind of IP is going to take over that mantle? And off the success of something like Barbie, and even Super Mario Bros. 2 vastly different films, but kind of in the same line. Those kind of seem like the 2 IPs that are going to take over, which is stuff based off of toys and stuff based off of video games. I definitely feel like we're heading into an era now that video games are becoming more prominent again. I mean, they've always been prominent, but so much so that we're making, like, I think 10 or 15 video game adaptations that are in the works right now.
Mhm.
And some big studios like A24, I think, is working with Kojima on Death Stranding. And even the video game
God of War.
companies are starting, are
Elden
starting their
Ring.
own production. Yeah.
Elden Ring just locked down.
Split Fiction.
What's his name?
Split
Alex Garland.
Fiction.
Yeah, Split Fiction.
Sorry.
No,
But
yeah.
can we talk about the time frame for Split Fiction, because the game came out and then the movie was like announced in development. Like
Expedition
John M.
33. Same thing.
same thing.
Mhm.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
John M. Chu.
Oh, is John M. Chu doing Split
He's doing
Fiction?
Split Fiction. Yeah.
Oh.
And then Sydney Sweeney's gonna be in it.
Oh, of course she is.
Oh, yeah.
Of course she is. Got to
Um,
get those men to the movie theater, Brandon.
listen, she's probably already perfect for one role.
I haven't played the game. I got to play the
Oh.
game.
Anyways, and well, it's funny because I already had that cast picked out. It'll be her and Geraldine.
Oh, I'm gonna butcher her last name. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
But she was
Oh.
in Thunderbolts and Driveway Dolls, right?
Yep.
She's been in a lot of like supporting stuff, right? She's really
Mhm.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
but she wasn't
Um,
even supposed to be in Thunderbolts originally.
No.
Oh, really?
It was supposed to be Io Debris.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the more you know.
I just got
so-
a text that. Hold on, real quick. I just got a text that asked, "Do you guys have the chat open?"
Yep, chat's open.
Yes.
Who are you texting?
A friend of the show, Matt. He said, "Do you guys have the
Oh.
chat open?"
Is
Yes.
he watching through the old? Does he still somehow have access to the old link?
Oh, there he is. I saw him.
Oh.
He said testing. It's open.
Yeah, it's open, pal.
We see.
Connor, is there a video game adaptation that's coming and for you that you're really excited about?
Honestly, I haven't played the game, but everything that I've seen from the art direction and just style of it, Death Stranding kind of has piqued my interest a lot. I'm not familiar with the game at all, but again, I find it to be a fascinating story. And Kojima, it kind of makes his games of the approach of like a filmmaker. Like it's very cinematic,
Always.
very like art housey, kind of high budgeted direction. I don't know. It'd probably be that. And
be right back.
apparently there's another Silent Hill movie in the
Yes.
works.
Haven't they
That's
tried to
wrapped
get
and
another one off
finished.
the? So didn't they do like a 3D one back in like the mid 2010s? Revelation.
Yeah, it's not very
Yes.
good, but
Well, they
I'm
did
trying
that
to
with
remember.
Resident Evil on Netflix. They did two
Yeah.
3D animated movies, which I don't know how well they were, how people thought of them, but
I don't know.
I will say
Probably
though, for that
that.
Death Stranding game, I tried it and I just could not get into it. It's a walking sim.
Yeah, it's not for everybody's taste.
It's definitely not for everybody. But I love the story. I love the world that he built. I just wish I could get into the gameplay because it's all about. It's really you got to like tread across the entire United States in this real map, and it's like
Yeah.
carrying stuff and making sure that like I don't know. It's like a bunch of like things are happening in your face, basically.
you can't
But-
like put too much weight on your character, right? Or like
Yeah, or it tumbles. Well, it makes it
That's
harder to
crazy.
walk. So you can like put as much
Yeah.
as you want, but you have to like use like
It'll
the
make it
triggers
harder.
to like toggle back and forth, and but you
Yeah.
get more style points and stuff like that to do that kind of stuff.
yeah.
But and that's another thing I was going to bring up too. It's like I feel like there's some games like that one in particular where I might be more interested to see the movie than play the game. And it's like that how you said it. Kojima's when he's already making his games and building them out, he's already looking at it from a movie perspective. So I think it just generally works that way. But I'm curious to see how A24 handles it.
A24 is also doing, like Brian said, they're doing Elden Ring.
Elden
Right,
Ring.
they're doing
with
Elden Ring,
Garland,
yeah.
which is nuts.
Yeah, Alex yeah. I think that one has the potential to be really huge.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised
Connor,
A24 is the one to get it.
I think with the
Well,
particular
A24
art
has
direction,
been delving. Well, they're kind of breaking out of the indie scene
Yeah.
right now. I mean, Smashing Machine and Marty Supreme, which are two movies that are coming out this year, both have like a 70 million plus budget, which is the highest budgeted A24 film. So, I mean, Death Stranding and Elden Ring will probably knock that out of the park, but they also just got Friday the 13th as a property. So they're kind of going into
did they
IP
really?
territory.
Oh, they
anyway.
could make some money with that. Yeah.
Is that still a series or are they doing a movie?
Yeah, it's a series. They're filming
right.
it like next month. Linda Cardellini's in it. So
Oh, right.
Oh, we love her.
Right.
yeah, she's gonna be Pam.
You know
Yes,
what movie
that's a
need?
prequel. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, you know what movie we need some more updates on, which I haven't heard anything about in like so long. Chad Stileski's Ghost of Tsushima. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, it's been in the making. It was greenlit, and it's just been like sitting there So I don't know what's going on with it, but it's still like nobody's dropped out of it. It's there, but
It's
they
probably because PlayStation wants him to wait out until 2 comes out so that the hype comes back again.
that, and then pretty sure Selesky's still like he helped out with Ballerina, like he had to reshoot a lot of that stuff, and then I
Oh,
think he's probably doing John Wick 5. So I don't know what's supposed to come out first. So
The other one I'm really excited about, speaking of Kojima, the Metal Gear Solid movie with
mhm.
Oscar Isaac playing Solid Snake.
yeah, who was lined up
Is
to
that
direct
still
it?
is that still active? I thought that was dead.
No, I'm pretty sure it's still a thing. He got asked about it during the Dune. Oh, I guess Dune was a while ago.
Let's look it up. Let's
That was
use
like
the internet.
that was like 5 years ago. Yeah, I'm losing track.
I
of
think
time.
it might be dead.
God,
If I'm
it
being
would be an
honest.
amazing Solid Snake.
You know what I saw?
Says it's still in
sorry, go ahead.
development.
Oh,
Oh,
you
well.
know what I saw, but I'm pretty certain it got canceled because there was like nothing ever came of it. But was there was supposed to be a Call of Duty movie, and they had the Sicario Dave Soldado director lined up, and it just got canned. Like then nothing ever happened with it.
I wonder if like something like that would really struggle because there's a lot of other movies like that out there that aren't
I think
called
it would
Call of Duty.
purely
So,
just make
well,
money based off its
I was
name.
just gonna
Yeah.
say that because I feel like Call of Duty is like it's so not ambiguous. It just has so many different storylines, and they never some connect,
just do
but some
modern
don't.
warfare. That's all they have to do.
Yeah, but I feel like
honestly.
even still, like, what could they do with that to make it stand out from the rest of
Right.
the movies that are like that? Where something like a Death Stranding is an interesting concept, Metal Gear Solid's interesting.
Like I
wish
could
they-
see
yeah.
them.
Well, like I said,
They gotta-
I think they're for something like that, they're purely just going off the name at that point. There's so many military movies out there and everything. Like it'd be too close to something like a Sicario Day of the Soldado or like a Zero Dark 30 or anything like that. So you're purely being going based off of the name Call of Duty and then like the characters people know. And then other than that, I think it'd be a pretty like because all the Call of Duty games, like their campaigns are all like action movies, so it's like can't really avoid making it like an action movie game into an action movie. Like I think that, like
They
I said,
should,
just based off the names.
Yeah.
What's that movie that's all in first person?
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry. That'd be their how they stay away from the other people.
That's
They
a
make it-
video game movie. I don't care what you tell me. That is a video game movie. It's not based on a video game, but it is a video game movie, thick and through. Brian, are they coming to get you over there,
let's-
brother?
Hold on.
Let's
I'm filling my water bottle.
Can we let's hop to that too real quick? How you were mentioning about that, how that movie's kind of like a video game, because there was a brief moment, I would say, where we had movies like Ready Player One or Wreck-It Ralph, where they were video game movies but weren't discreetly based off of anything. There might have been some cameos here and there about them, but they were strictly their own story or based on another property of sorts. Which I can't think of many. The one that comes to mind is Wreck-It Ralph because I love Wreck-It Ralph. I think it's a really great video game movie. And out of all people, I'm surprised that Disney was able to tackle that story very well. Because I think they just didn't focus so much on it being a video game movie. I think they really, at that time, at that moment, when Disney was making actually pretty good stories at the time, they really just focused in on the characters and not so much on the video game aspect of it.
Yeah, they
And then
didn't
you have
play
Ready
into any
Player-
nostalgia really there.
Right.
In that.
And then you had Ready Player One, where some people deem the movie is somewhat or as equal to the book, to the point where the book got a sequel and everybody like disregarded it and like, this is the worst book ever. This is stupid. And like,
I think
and
Connor's
we're
read the
still-
book.
Yeah, I've read the book, and honestly, the consensus of the first book is that it's like awful. Like it's
Yeah.
not a good book at all. And it's kind of crazy that Spielberg was able to make a borderline impossible read like coherent. Like that
Good
movie
for him.
works. I think it works. It's not great. It's not his best, but I think
It's
as
very
comparing it to the
underrated,
book,
I think.
So fun.
Yeah,
It's so
Yeah, if you
fun. Like
compare it
that
to the
opening
book,
race
it's
scene
like-
and everything.
yeah.
Well, did we all go see that together? Am I
A good chunk of us
misremembering that?
did. It was me, Jared, it was
I saw
me,
with
you,
my
and
parents.
couple other
Okay, so
people.
it wasn't me. I don't remember who it was, who I saw it with, but it was you, Bri, right? I did go. I just
Yeah.
remember that opening car chase scene, and my head's just spinning. I'm just like,
Spinning,
oh
dude.
my god, this thing is
We were sitting
insane.
close to the screen too. Like we weren't far back. We were.
Dude, I was
like,
having
the
fun.
first, like,
I
3
thought I
or
was gonna
4
throw
rows.
up.
Yeah.
I really
so
did.
much going on.
It was a lot. I could not handle it.
I'm just gonna go to the chat real quick because we had some conversations pull through.
Sure.
Matt here says, "Wait, they made a Doom movie with The Rock? They did." But you know
Fun
what the funny
movie.
thing is? Can I just say that Smashing Machine movie makes me like The Rock now?
That Smashing Machine movie, I think looks really good. If he can pull that
Y'all
off.
gotta get on that early 2000s, like late 2000s rock movie train, because Pain and Gain and Southland Tales. Oh,
I would
he's-
even
he's
argue
cooking in that.
Snitch. His performance
Yeah.
in Snitch, and the movie itself is kind of like run of the mill, but his performance in that movie is excellent.
He's a good actor.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then,
I
like,
don't care
The
what anyone
Rundown.
says. He's a good actor.
I think The Rundown is one of the best action movies of the 2000s, of 2000 to 2010. I
I
love
don't
The
even seen
Rundown.
it.
Oh, that was a movie that played frequently in my house growing up, and loved that movie.
Mika, so Matt here says, my friend Mika showed me both versions, game and
Micah.
show of the scene from the sorry, thank you, Micah. Of the scene from The Last of Us 2 where Dina shares some life-changing info in the theater, and good lord, did they burn the soup in the show. So I guess we'll just talk about this real quick. and I know
Oh yeah,
Connor has
that
said
yeah.
some
That's. I'm
things.
curious as to what your guys' opinion on that is. I'm particularly Connor and Brandon's on that one.
On this show in general, or
I think Brian and I might just have to sit back and just let you, because I could give you mine on that, because that's yeah. So go
all
ahead.
right.
Whoever
Let me
wants to take
just-
that.
I'm very behind on the show, so
Okay, yeah.
I have
I've
no
only
opinion.
I have
seen
a
the
lot
reel
of
of
I
the
have a lot
clip.
of thoughts.
So let me say this. I like part 2. I love part 2. I think the game's great. I like the game part 2. I like its story of vengeance, revenge, and how far that revenge goes, and why do we do what we do to survive in this world, and the list goes on of like all the stuff that they're trying to do in that game, and just how expansive it is, and the choices they make as far as the story goes, with flipping between Ellie the first half and Abby another.
Did you
You
hear
good
that?
over
You
there?
okay over there,
I
Darren?
did.
Was that loud?
You break the chair, you buy
It
it.
felt loud. I'm so sorry.
So yeah, that's and I'm currently replaying it now, and replaying it now and watching the show, it's kind of interesting how much they've changed compared to the first season. The first season has very minimal changes that work and drive the story forward, like the whole Nick Offerman's episode is, like, again, probably one of the best TV episodes in history. Last 20 years, I couldn't tell you. I don't watch enough TV, but it's on it. Just that episode alone is just really great, and anybody could watch that without having to
That
know
was
any
incredible.
context of the show. And some other minor things too. But in part, season 2 is a bit convoluted because there's a lot of things that they're choosing to do, and I think it's for the reason for it all, and I don't want it to say it like this, but I know this is how they're doing it, is because Naughty Dog has no plans for a third game. Let's put it that way. And they're trying to make these changes so that the season stretches. And personally, if you played the game, you played the game. If you haven't, you haven't. But there's a certain point where I think it's obviously going to reach in this season, because by the time season 3 starts, you'll start playing, or you'll start the show as Abby on day 1 of Seattle, because that's how the game works. You play as Ellie in the first half, and then the second half is all Abby. So therefore, obviously, I think right at that pinnacle point, it's going to end there, season 2, and season 3 will just kick off where Abby is, and then it goes from there. As if they do a season 4, I could totally see them doing that, because they're just going to stretch this. Because again, Neil has no plans to do a third game right now. He is blatantly said that, and they have said right now they've said they will not do another original season, if there is no game to coincide with it. So anyways, there's a lot of changes happening. Some I like episode 2. Again, is just one of those moments in TV history where I think it stays in people's brains. I personally like the choices they make. I like that the town gets attacked. You get to kind of see that, like, how does this town actually work? Like, what happens in the face of danger? What is Tommy like as a character? I don't think we get enough of that in the game to really let that play out as much. And he kind of makes it, he goes from a secondary to a more major role in the game. But I think that's the issue here as I'm having right now, because they did that whole scene and I thought, okay, now we're really seeing a side of Tommy where like he's very protective of this town and like, he wants to stay with it and all that. But in the game, it's vastly different. He goes after Abby and wants to kill Abby because of what he did to his brother. So I don't know. It's just like a domino effect after another, because it's like they change one thing, they have to change another thing, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm so optimistic, and I'm just enjoying the show because I've played the game, so I'm riding it out, obviously. And personally, I've been enjoying it. I don't think there's anything bad with it, per se. But I can say they're changing a lot more than they did in the first season, which can be concerning or it can be a good thing depending on how you look at things. But I can tell you right now that a lot of the fan base is just really toxic. Whether you talk about the game, you talk about the show, there just seems to be a really strong divide with this part 2, and a lot of it's just due to the story, the characters.
Divisive. It's very, very divisive.
It's very divisive. It's so divisive, and yeah, I mean, I knew this season was going to be rough, but I didn't know the extent of it, of how well it was going to roll with the stuff they've been doing right now. So that's pretty much all I have to say right now, without like giving away too much, because I don't want to spoil for anyone else that wants to watch. But yeah.
So Connor, from somebody who hasn't played the game, or did you say earlier you know what's going on in the game? Did I mishear you?
I don't have a PlayStation. I've never been a PlayStation guy, but I wanted to join the bandwagon when the games were coming out, and I would like religiously watch playthroughs. So I know it's been a while since I've watched the playthroughs. So I kind of like, I wouldn't say front to back know it, but I know the general story and the beats. I like Brandon. I think the first season actually handles itself very well, and I can't really complain about it not, changing a lot, because you're introducing a whole new audience to this world, and you kind of have to go beat by beat, because the first game is so successful at introducing the characters in the world. So I think you kind of have to do that. And the Nick Offerman episode is such a great diversion in storytelling, and kind of this needed episode of levity for the whole show, that it's almost so good that I wish the rest of the show would reach that level in a way. But with season 2, I don't know how to word this in a coherent way, but my problem with a lot of play through very long games, because I know part 2 is long, like a very long game, but you're spending so much time with these characters. You're constantly with them the whole way. And this is kind of my problem with adapting certain games for movies and TV shows, that the things that happen as quickly as they do in season 2, I don't care about the adapted characters as much as I do in the games. And that's nothing against Pedro Pascal's performance or Bella Ramsey's performance. I just can't connect to those versions of the characters well enough, because I haven't been with those characters enough. Like, you're with them, I think, a total of 10 episodes, which is 10 hours, and you're not even with them the whole time. with that being said, there are certain changes to in the second season. There's a certain porch scene that I think will return towards the back end of the season, I would imagine, in some capacity. That I get why they cut it, but also that's such an integral part of the show.
Wait, they cut it?
Yeah, it's not even in the second episode.
No, that porch scene
conversation
doesn't happen until the end of the game.
Well, doesn't that happen like in the timeline of that
In the
specific
timeline,
scene?
yes, but
Yeah.
I think for storytelling, they do it at the end
Yeah.
because there's a certain point in the game that happens that
Yeah.
she double thinks things. But
Well-
I'm gonna say something real quick. The game, a scene that they missed, and I'm pissed about it still, and I'm hoping they go back and do it because they missed out on the entire first scene. I don't know if it's the first scene. It's like the second scene, but where Joel walks into her garage area and he gives her the guitar or he plays a song on the guitar. He plays Future Days, which is like the most, you need that. I think you need that to really bridge the gap of like where Joel is coming from and where Ellie is, because the song is about this idea that, like, you know, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this better state of mind. I'd still be living on the rocks back in, where was it, Chicago or wherever he was before. You know, these future days would not be the same without you. But that doesn't happen. They completely like skip that scene, and I feel like it's just so important to have that there. And they kind of indicate it because there's the scene where she looks over and there's the guitar just sitting in the corner. And I'm like, what is going on?
There is interesting decisions because, and another thing I've struggled with, and I know there's a certain subsection of the internet that is hating on their performance for other reasons, which is ridiculous. But I have always kind of struggled with Bella Ramsey's performance as Ellie. I don't know if she ever gets the emotional range that what's her name? Ashley Johnson? Is that her name?
Yeah,
Ashley
she's
Johnson,
incredible as Ellie in the game.
And I mean, I love Bella Ramsey. She's great in Game of Thrones, or they are great in Game of Thrones. Sorry. And they're also great in this Lena Dunham movie called Catherine Called Birdie. They're phenomenal in that movie. So I don't know. It's something about their emotional range that I just have not been able to buy into the whole show. And that's nothing against them. I think they're a great actor, but it is just the portrayal of the character itself.
They should have cast Caitlin Dever as Ellie.
You know whose name I
she's
saw
great
come up
as-
recently too as Ellie? What would have been a great one is Kaylee Spaney.
I
Who
knew
is
you were
that?
going to say that.
I don't know who
From
that is.
Alien Romulus.
Alien Romulus.
Oh, she's
Bad
the lead
Times
in
at the El
that?
Royale.
I haven't
Mhm.
seen her in enough. What was the other? What did you say, Connor?
Bad Times at the El Royale.
Trying to think of what
I have
else
to
you
go
would
back
know
and
her
watch
from.
that.
Hold on.
Here's my
Civil War. Do you see Civil War?
No. I know the face. I can see the
Oh,
face.
okay.
It's on all the trailers for Alien Romulus, a movie I have yet to see, and I gotta watch it at some point. But yeah, I don't know enough. I think Caitlin Dever should have played Ellie
Yeah.
personally.
Well, and I see that side, but I think she makes a good Abby too. So
I agree with that.
my thing is, here's my biggest gripe with Bella, and it's really from just a production standpoint. My issue. The thing with the game is, again, something that you can do in a game but not in a movie is time can pass, and so can the characters pass with age. Here, production started only like a year or two after, so like she hasn't.
She looks the
grown enough.
exact same. There is no, there's no time has passed. Yeah.
There was some talks that I saw that they should have just recast someone who was older, and I
Caitlin
would have
Dever.
been.
I'm telling you.
I
I
don't like.
I just really like her as an actress, and I just think she would have just knocked it out of the park.
No,
I'm
Brandon,
a
I
little
agree
biased.
with you that I was giving them the benefit of the doubt because I was hoping they would grow into the role, like knowing their acting ability. But it's just not like I don't feel the grief and turmoil and the like decision making there.
Right. Well, that's my.
Wait, can I chime in on that? That's not I don't think that's a Bella Ramsey problem. I think that's a Last of Us problem. Because
I think that's a Craig Mazin.
That's my big issue. Brandon and I are going to disagree here. That is my big issue with
Here we go.
My issue with Last of Us Part 2, the game, not the show. The game is things happen when they shouldn't happen. And the reasons that these things are happening when they do, to me, pulls no emotional weight. Where if things were flipped and things were happening later and not, like you said, right, when things are happening too quick, and does it still hold the weight? Do you care as much? Now imagine if that happened in the reverse and that happened later as opposed to so quickly. I think your opinion might change if you spent a lot more time with those and then got to that moment.
But
right?
you did spend a lot of time with them in the first game.
You spend a lot of time with no. What I mean is that in the second game, when that moment happens, it happens too early in the game. And then you're left wondering, why am I playing this now? What's the point?
Well, I think that's an interesting... Go ahead, Brendan. Go
ahead.
Here's my take on the whole game, is that it's a story of revenge. You have to understand that. The idea that Joel decided to say, oh, I need Ellie for myself because I don't have my daughter anymore and I need to have her in my life. And then he went and killed an innocent doctor that had no right to be killed. He was not like part of the Fireflies. Like he was not an egregious man to be dealt with. He could have easily just took her and left like that. But you have this domino effect now where like people in this world in particular are constantly seeking vengeance. And you have this, in this game particular, part 2, you get into this trifecta where it's like, you know, Wolf is with the Sapphites and Sapphites are with the Wolf, but then Ellie and Dina are coming in now, and Ellie and Dina are messing with people that they don't need to be dealing with, but they're still getting involved because they're the ones, even though Joel was like that, he stepped into...
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at
I know.
That was a BVS sneeze in the background. We know, we love them. We hear it.
So it's just
I couldn't mute the mic quick enough. It's like a thunder sneeze.
It was great.
Awesome.
I know. I agree with Brandon on that point because the whole, like, both games are kind of about the like cycle of violence and like forgiveness and vengeance. And I think what makes the second game so compelling is the direction it takes. I don't like from a filmmaking standpoint, I don't like sequels that just kind of retread the first movie. Like I love movies that take their sequel in a different direction and keep the audience on the toes because of this specific
I like
event.
That too. No. I love movies. You and I have talked about this. See, I think before. I love movies that take chances. I love video games that take chances, and I can appreciate The Last of Us Part 2 on that merit. I can say, okay, it took some chances. Not everything worked for me. I'm not particularly a fan of it, but that doesn't mean that I can't appreciate it. Right? I'm like, yeah, okay. It's just not for me. I'm not a big fan of that story. That's my thing. I'm just not a fan of that story. I'm not a fan of that character.
The structure of it is a little strange. The structure of it is a little...
The way that they tell it, right?
Yeah, the structure, the structure of the storytelling.
Right, so that's what I mean. Yeah. I think you could have accomplished the same thing. You could have accomplished the same exact narrative had the things just happened in reverse or the opposite. That moment happens later. You spend a lot of time getting to that moment with these two characters, and then that moment hits. I think that can hit so much harder from a narrative standpoint than it does now. That's just my problem. That's just my problem.
No, that's an interesting point because the show, especially the second season, feels as though it's coming off. It feels like it's written by someone who's played the game and didn't like it. And they like removed all the parts that they're uncomfortable with in a way. And this is how they wish it turned out. If that makes sense. I don't know if that's like properly conveying
Let's ask the writer.
a feeling, but I don't know. That's
Yeah.
just what I feel like. Craig Mazin is kind of the problem here, but
Again, this is a large game, and I think the way they're handling it is not the way it's going. Here's the thing: they pulled in a lot of people that are non-gamers. Let's just be real with ourselves there. So a lot of the people that are watching this probably don't give 2 cents how it ends. But I know when that day comes, and in 2 weeks from now, people are going to be like, so people are going to put two and two together and be like, so the next season is just going to be Abby? That's so stupid. Like, oh, like I can already see like the people like.
I
flailing their
guarantee you're
arms.
going to get a huge portion of that audience that will not watch.
Oh, there's already people that dropped off
Yeah.
ever since.
well, yeah,
episode
because
2.
of Pedro.
But he comes
That's my
back.
point. That's the point that I was making. I had somebody tell me the other day. I don't know if this. I wonder how Brian's feeling right now with this whole conversation. Can I ask you that?
I don't know much about season 2 and the second game. I know
Okay, so-
I know the big thing that happens early
Okay.
on already. So
You
but
knew
other
that
than
before
that,
going
I
into
have
this
no idea.
conversation?
I have nothing to like. If in terms of like 2 and season 2, I have nothing. Like
No,
I
no,
have
no.
no input.
What I'm saying is, did you know that big moment before it happened, before we had this conversation tonight? That's what I'm
Yeah.
asking. Okay. That's all I care
I
about.
knew
Yeah.
it like what 2-3 years ago, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
So
It
I
was
had somebody tell, what's that?
The game leaked it like a year ago before the game
Yeah.
came out.
So I had somebody tell me the other day, they said, I don't know if I'm going to watch it anymore because he's not in it.
It's just
And
so
I-
stupid.
And
It's just stupid.
I don't think that that's a stupid thing to say. I don't think that's a stupid opinion. I think that that's a fair opinion for some when you love
Right,
a
but
character.
you
No.
Mhm.
Hold on. When you love that character, TV has always had this problem, right?
Sure.
When you love a character,
Oh,
and
yeah.
movies too, but I'm talking more specifically television. You get attached to these characters, and then
Sure.
I will say in that first season, just like in the first game, Joel's character is written so well. In
Sure.
particular, Joel's. And just I'm
Sure.
not saying Ellie's isn't, but just for the sake of the conversation.
But let me say
So then
this.
when that character, when that happens and you get attached, then you're left wondering, do I care enough? Like to Connor's point, do I care enough about these other characters to keep going? And if the answer is no, then okay.
But at the same time, though, I feel again, we're going back to taking a risk, and it works with the storytelling. Ellie does not have that person in her life anymore that helped guide her decisions and her values. Instead, we get an Ellie that's like, I'm out for vengeance. I want to go kill. I want to get Abby, and I don't care about anything else. And that's the facts. And you'll see that and that was Abby's intentions too. Do not listen to me, Owen. Get away from me. Our father died. We're getting this guy. And like they are like two negatives like bashing each other's heads right now because they don't have that character, that person, the person that's going to say, let's look at the facts here. There's no Tommy, there's no Joel. It's just two people going out into the wilderness and really getting the realistic view of what the world looks like, because
Right.
Ellie has not reached that pinnacle yet. She traveled the country and saw a lot, but there's worse people out there. And obviously you're getting, again, like I said, we're getting into this middle of the battle, at least how part 2 is portraying it, is that there's this thing happening between Wolf and the Sapphites, and now Ellie's getting pulled into that when really she didn't need to be. And now it's just getting worse. And then you see Ellie's side of it you see Abby's side of it where, she's kind of in the same predicament with Ellie, except she had to live through it for 8 years after, looking for Joel and whatnot. So it's just, I don't know. That's my side of it. I think people should still give it a chance and watch through it to really see if it works. Because he does come back. He makes appearances in flashbacks, and it does help support the narrative in some way. Because it's those flashbacks that really bring Ellie back to a simpler time and remember those like lessons that Joel gave her and stuff like that. I just think Joel was a very, he was a complex character because he was somebody that just did not give two damns about everything. And a lot of that went to Ellie. But I think the thing that's missing with Ellie is that because she thinks she's immune, she thinks she can do whatever she wants in this world. And like she has the power to do anything basically. But that's
Yeah, I
just
think
not
we're
the
having
case in this world.
I'm not disagreeing with you that regard.
No, I
think
know.
we
I'm
might be
just giving
having-
you.
I think we might be
giving
having
you
two
my
different
side.
discussions here.
Well, I was just giving you my perspective. That's all.
I also feel like that event happened a lot quicker, and I don't want to say this is the outright reason, but Pedro Pascal is a very busy man. Like he
That's
has,
100% probably
He's
the
very-
reason.
yeah.
brother.
yeah,
That's
he has like the
probably it.
Materialist
Contractually
coming out this
obligated.
year. He has Eddington, Fantastic Four. He's filming Doomsday. So like, I can't blame them for doing it that quickly. I feel like that plays a major part of it because scheduling is like a big, especially with TV. A lot of the time when characters leave shows, it has to do with scheduling or they become too big. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of the two major reasons that characters shows. So
And if they don't have like a properly written send off, we'll say, then it can come out of nowhere and all of a sudden, Game of Thrones obviously was notorious for doing stuff like that. But at least I feel maybe you guys disagree. I don't know. I might catch some heat, but that's okay. I feel like Game of Thrones at the very least did it well to where when things do happen, it's like, oh fuck, like okay, that makes sense, right? So we're kind of building to that moment where I feel like here there's not enough of that to build to that, and it's just like, oh my god, this happened, but wait a minute, it's happening now. Okay, I don't know if I buy that. The problem with the game though is that when that, so see, I don't know if you remember this, and Brian, I'll give you a context. When that moment happens, then it's not that far. Oh wait, nope, hold on, maybe I'm misremembering it. No, I don't want to speak out of context. Correct me if I'm wrong. When that moment happens, do you immediately play as Abby after? No? Okay,
No.
then that's how I'm remembering it. No, it's the moment. Okay, now I remember the moment. I'm seeing the moment now. It's when they're both like this, and then it happens, and then it swaps perspectives, if I remember correctly.
Well, it doesn't swap perspectives. It's when
But it
they
goes-
meet.
It goes back, right?
It goes back to day one.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
So, anyways, it's divisive.
It's very divisive. For me, it's purely a storytelling thing. It's not storytelling and character-wise, narrative. That's it for me. The game itself, like if we're talking strictly the game, dude, the game is fun as fuck. Like the game is so unbelievably fun to walk around, and it's so cinematic. I was gonna say walk around and like knife people, but I don't know. Yeah, but I talked about hog tying an alligator earlier, so whatever. It doesn't matter. But
Honestly,
it's
that's
so
like-
fun. Like that gameplay is so fun. But in the context of the game of it, it's also kind of a little off-putting too, despite it being fun, because here's Ellie and she's just killing everybody, right? But in the context of the story, it does make sense that she's killing everybody in sight. I don't know.
It's divisive. I mean, we could go on for this forever, you and I.
Yeah. Brian Guy, what do you got to say over there, buddy? You've been quiet for a long time. Brian, how much have you played of The Last of Us Part 1?
None of it.
Okay, next thing.
I was in the room watching somebody else play the opening, and then of the show, I'm like halfway through season 1, but that was like 2 years ago.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's talk the other big movie that came out in April that is reaching 1 billion pretty soon. And that
Minecraft, baby.
is the Minecraft movie. A Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft movie. Can I just say one thing I appreciate about the movie?
That it's fun.
That it's fun, but also there's a Tots reference.
There's a what reference?
There's a Tots reference because
Tots
Jared Hess directs it, and he did Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
And they do like the whole he's got like tater tot pizza, but then like Jason Momoa's character says something like, "You had tots this whole time."
Oh
It's
yeah, he does
totally-
say that. The movie's very goofy.
It's very,
Very
goofy.
goofy. But it kind of embraces that goofiness, and it's not for everybody. I see Seaman's face over there going like, have you
So,
seen it?
I haven't seen it, and I have no inclination to see it.
Fair
If there's a
enough. All right.
movie that is like tailor-made, not for me to watch it, it's
So
It
let
ta-
me tell
but
you.
at least you admit that, brother. That's a
yeah,
big
no,
thing.
like
At least you're
I don't
like,
think I've
I'm
ever
not even
admitted
gonna.
that
It's not
about a
my thing.
movie.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever admitted that about a movie, and that movie, like, you could not pay me enough money to go see it. And that's
Fair
just,
enough.
like,
That's completely fair, dude.
So let me tell you my experience with this movie. So, like how much I played part 2 of Last of Us, I haven't played a lot of Minecraft, so I barely know anything from the game. I mean, there's really not much to it. It's creating a world and like using your imagination.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of this movie, like out of all the movies that they've done in the world, including all like the Marvel stuff, this is the most fan-based movie in God knows how long, because there are just so many references to just the internet culture of this game, and that's from like a good and a somewhat not bad, but like a meme sort of standpoint, like
A meme
So-
sort of standpoint. I like that.
a
that's how you
meme
put
sort
it.
of standpoint.
I like that. That is like that is a dad trying to figure out what it is called. It's a meme. It's a.
let me
it's
let me
a-
just
It's a
let
meme.
me let's picture where
the name
I'm
of a
sitting. So I'm
grandmother.
in the center. I went to see this in IMAX, which was really beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, because it's got like they've upgraded it to like the 4K lasers, so like the CGI just looks like beautiful when they get to the world. But anyways, so I asked Manya, and I go, Manya, what kind of people do you think we're gonna get in this theater? Are we gonna get a bunch of kids with their families, or are we gonna just get it like the people? And she's like, oh, it's gonna be a little bit of both. So next to us were like 2 college kids that were so obnoxiously loud. I could not tell you how many times this kid opened his mouth and said, "Lava chicken, flint and steel, I am Steve," etc., etc. The list goes on. Could not stop. And at some points too, he did like
Awesome.
the creeper, like that thing. It's just so many times, like
That's
the
funny.
memeiest kid you could ever think of. And at points sometimes where like there was like a child in front of us, and he'd look back and like give this like scared look. Like, he was just as terrified
That's
as I
us,
was.
Brandon. Just for context sakes, that's me, Brian, Connor, and all of us when we go see a Marvel movie with you. Just for complete context sake,
Except
that
you
is
enjoy
you,
it.
brother.
Except
What's
you
that?
enjoy it. You
Uh,
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funniest
Brian
thing for
does.
me when you do it is like, okay, so Brandon and I went and saw the Marvels when that came out, and Brandon's the only one, and I just want to be clear, the only one in theater going, woo! Let's go!
I have a funny story because I was out in LA and we went to see Thunderbolts, and a similar thing happened. Like, people were into the movie, but there was this one lady to our right, who was cheering at everything. Like,
You
everything.
need somebody like that.
We
you need a
it kept the
Brandon.
energy up for sure,
Yeah.
in an otherwise like dour kind of movie. But I thought it was funny. Like,
Yeah, I think that happened when we saw Thunderbolts, Brian. There was a moment where like Sentry came out, or the Void, or whatever you want to call him. At this point, he was Sentry. He
was
comes
Sentry,
walking
yeah.
down the stairs,
La 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 la.
and sorry, it's kind of all over the internet. I didn't know how much you knew.
I
Anyways,
know that he's Sentry. It's okay. I already knew that.
oh, okay. That's pretty much all it is. But literally, he came out and with his
I haven't
full
seen it.
costume, and I went, yeah, like nobody.
Nobody else said a word.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I think the only time there was a full applause when, or no,
Bucky.
I remember Bucky.
Please
Bucky-
be careful
Bucky
with
made
what
his
you
on-
entrance.
say
on
right now, because I
motorcycle,
have
yeah, when
not
Bucky
seen
showed
it.
up.
No, it's in the trailers. He just makes his entrance.
well, he's
Yeah,
prominently in the
everybody-
marketing, Jared. So you're good.
All right, cool.
But the other thing was, I won't spoil this, but Brian will remember when everybody gasped at that one scene. Like it was a pure gasp. Like,
Yes.
everybody went,
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Even I
I
would
think I know what
respect
scene you're
it. Oh my
talking
God.
about too.
I'm sure everybody knows.
Dude, you were like
It's-
Joey Tribbiani in Friends trying to describe a book that someone else has never seen. That's what you're doing. Bleep bleep
no,
goes
what's
bleep
funny
bleep and
is-
bleep bleep. That's you right now.
Well, Jared, all I'll say is that we were just talking about movies and games taking chances. This was Thunderbolts taking a chance, and I did not nobody expected it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just this one quick little thing.
My theater
It's
laughed.
crazy.
I can't. I'm
My theater
excited.
laughed at the scene. Yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, it's played for laughs. Like,
I don't know.
I
I
think
think we have
that's
people in here
it's
who
I
might
don't
disagree with
Context,
that.
yeah.
I
I think we might be
guess.
talking about the scene, but I'll text you. I'll text you.
Yeah, because I haven't
Wait,
seen it.
can
yet.
I
Please don't
hold
talk
on?
about it.
Let me just say one word and see if that's the scene. Rock.
You gotta text me. You gotta text me. I
Okay.
Yo, The Rock shows up.
it's-
Are you talking about? the-
Yep.
No, that's not what you're talking about, dude. That
Yeah,
completely
Black Adam
ruins it.
shows
I'm now
up.
not even gonna watch the movie. I never. Bleep bleep goes bleep bleep and bleep bleep. Blank blank. That's you.
all you gotta know,
Anyways.
Jared, is Black Adam shows up in the post-credit scene.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm in it. Let's go.
I also Snatcher says shalom. Hello.
Shalom. Who said that?
I'm not gonna say the first part. Snatcher.
Ass snatcher. Why would you say it?
So I'm not gonna say that
Swear
on
on
live
here,
stream.
ass snatcher.
Ass snatcher. Connor, say it too.
Ass snatcher.
Yeah, I don't
There
get
we
why
go.
Now
all
you
that's
guys
such
are
a
gonna
big
get
deal.
demonetized.
I just dropped an F bomb twice.
Oh well. I just don't like calling him that. I don't think he's that kind of person.
He 100% is that person. What are you talking about?
Now I'm exposing him. Now you're exposing him, saying that he is one.
He's an ass snatcher.
Anyways, my point is with Minecraft, it's a very and then along with that, we also had like the gentle minions. We had that kind of crowd too. They were dressed in full suits next to us.
Yeah, what a wild thing.
What a wild thing. But I think I know people don't appreciate the rowdiness, but I think it just came with the movie. I mean, it was bound to be rowdy to begin with. I think I just expected how crazy it was going to be because, like, there's an extent because the guys next to us kept saying some weird sexual stuff, like about like, what's up?
No, Brian sent me something, and I don't know why I glanced at it now, but I just happened to glance down at it while you were. I was listening to what you were saying, but I was like, "Oh, Brian, maybe it's something important," and it wasn't important, but it really threw me off.
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb. Sorry, B. He said it was really funny. I'm sorry. Continue.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
the nerdy
It's
people in
okay.
the crowd. Yeah, full suits.
The dirty people in the crowd, full suits, and like, yeah, there was this one guy next to us. The Mimi people that was next to me was like, at one point said, well, Jared, you've seen. Well, I don't think it matters. Jennifer Coolidge is in the movie, and she goes on this date with a villager, and she like
The most
it's like,
pointless side plot in the entire
the most
movie.
pointless
It
side
makes
plot,
no
but,
fucking sense. It's pointless. It's dumb, but man, is it funny. It's
But
very
anyways, he goes like. The Mimi guy next to me is like, yeah, get that nose up you, like, or something like that. He said like something like was so unnecessary. He was like, and then like to the point, like he said something really bad that somebody in the theater did like the get out meme.
I'll tell you, if I was sitting next to him and I had my kid and he was saying that,
Knock him out.
yeah.
Fight Club.
Luckily, we didn't have people standing up and like getting naked in the theater.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I'd be like, Asher, we gotta get the fuck out of here, dude. Time to go, brother.
But he'd already has his shirt off and
He's already. He
walking around.
actually, you know what? All three of you know my son. Would he do that? Yes, he would. He would totally get up. Dad,
Flint and steel.
yeah. Somebody hands him a chicken, he'd be like, "All right, I don't know what to do with it."
Eli's in the chat. He goes, "Whoa, is that the Infinite's ass snatcher? I've heard the legends, but I didn't think they were true."
What do you guys think is what is your guys' favorite video game adaptation? We don't have a lot of time
Yeah, I know.
left. But what is your guys' favorite?
I think Brian should go first.
Agreed. Right,
I
guy?
should go first.
Is it Rampage?
Dude, hell yeah, it's Rampage. It's literally like, if we're talking, so the movie itself, it's fine. Like, it's below average. It's a kaiju movie. It's just monsters destroying a city, right? At the same time, that's all the game was. So all they had to do was just add a story, and there was no story in the game. So in terms of that, it's not a bad adaptation whatsoever.
No,
And the
it's not.
movie itself is super fun. That's all it literally needed to do. The Rock is playing the Rock in it, whatever. But the three monsters, what was it? The gorilla, the crocodile, and the wolf that gets like bat wings or whatever. It's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's so
Didn't we see that
stupid.
together?
We did, yeah,
Yeah.
in Clifton Park.
Yeah.
It was so like it's stupid, but it's
So
so
dumb.
much fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to like do anything. Like I said, like it's just the game. They just threw a random story in and called it a day, and the story worked for the story
So
worked for
funny.
what the game is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very just it's basic. It didn't need to do a whole lot, and it's just a ton of fun. Connor, what is going on over there?
What is the
I'm
problem?
sorry,
guy?
the way you were like, oh, the gorilla, the alligator,
The gorilla, the
you were just, like,
crocodile, and
listing
yeah.
off-
Like I was trying to think of like
Have you seen the movie?
because
So you're,
like
like,
they like
listing off
change
random
certain things.
animals.
Yeah,
It
it's like
was just-
because I think I want to say in the game it's like very Godzilla-esque, so they had to change those are like the minor changes they had to make. Other than that, like
Yeah, one of the characters is Godzilla-esque, I think.
yeah, Godzilla-esque, yeah, and the werewolf guy they gave wings for whatever reason. Yeah, so
Yeah, that one was
but it's
wild.
Rampage. I think it'll stay Rampage until I don't know, until I see something.
Is it really
that-
Rampage? Is that your favorite?
For a video- for
I knew
movies,
it. Yeah.
for
Okay.
movies,
yeah, I
it's
knew it
like-
was.
if it's not that, Sonic 1 is good. Sonic 1 is the only Sonic one I've seen.
Sonic 3 is actually quite.
I've
I was
heard
gonna
Sonic
say
3 is
Sonic
really
3
good.
is like the full-on
heard
video
Sonic
game
3 is good.
experience.
Yeah, it's literally like every
Um,
video gamer's dream just coming to
It's
life.
Sonic 3 is an anime.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't
Mario
know. I don't
Bros?
know what else. I don't know what else would get thrown into there. I keep thinking we haven't mentioned it, but Assassin's Creed isn't very good. But
No.
I remember going to see it, and I set the bar so low that there was no way it could surpass that, and it didn't. So in my eyes, it's still not good, but I thought it was going to be way worse than it actually was. But it's
Yeah.
a shame we got a bad Assassin's Creed movie with Michael Fassbender. Honestly, I'm really just pumped for that Ghost of Tsushima movie because Stileski's gonna kill it. He's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
So
Gonna do a good job.
that's mine.
I think I'm having recency effect for my favorite. Not Minecraft. It's Until Dawn.
Oh, okay.
Out of all the ones you could have picked, that's the one?
I said recency effect.
Oh, recency bias. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. It was pretty because like it doesn't like it follows the idea of the game, but I liked how they did it with like different genres and there's some great nods to the game and yeah, there's just like a lot to look forward to and they don't give away a lot in the trailers. And if you like the game, I think you'll like the movie. And if you're into very campy horror, I think it's just right up your alley. It's really just really fun for a good night. Maybe once seen in a theater, I'd probably watch it on streaming when I can. But
Is
I was a
Rami
fan of the
Malek in
game.
it?
No, he's not. But I won't say it. I
There is
gotta
a cameo
keep my-
from a person from the game? Okay, cool.
No,
I
there
understand.
isn't. It's not.
Oh.
It's not a.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Why the fuck
Lost
did you
my
set us up
ticket.
like that?
I'm a Malek head. What can I say?
But it's definitely got like the vibes of like each character from the original game.
Put that in a
I
t-shirt.
don't know. Off the top of my head, it's so hard to pick one for me. Because I don't know. I'm like, I got the Mario movies in my head because it's really great for what it is. It is strictly just like the games where Miyamoto said himself, like, there is no story for that. You know, when you're thinking the first original Mario game, it's a very like get the bad guy and save the princess. And it's a little different, obviously, because they, you know, made it a bit more modern to take and made Peach badass. But other than that, I mean, it's great. And they're really like, they held off like doing, like giving everything in one go. Like, the music's great. I mean, the performances are great. I mean, people were a bit worried about Chris Pratt, but you got to remember he's not really an Italian man. He's a Brooklyn man, so it's like, what more do you expect from that as a voice actor? But I get it. He's like in a lot of stuff these days, so it kind of just gets a little monotonous, his acting.
Yep.
But Charlie Day's there, and I think he makes a great Luigi. And I really hope one day we get like a spin-off of Luigi's Mansion or something like that. I'm excited to see what they bring to the second movie. I'm really hoping that there was some rumor that like Pedro Pascal would be Waluigi, or that was like people's fan
Dude,
cast.
that would be fucking insane. I'm out.
They were
Wow.
they
I'm
were
out.
they were saying him as Waluigi and Wario is Danny DeVito.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's
That's what they would sound like.
what they would
you
sound
guys
like.
should soundbite that sound that Joe just made. Make
Wow.
that a soundbite for the show.
And then another one, and it's not really a video game based thing, but Wreck-It Ralph's like really great. I mean, it's got just enough touches to really fill the video game void, but it's such a beautiful story. And like you could use any set of characters to tell that story, but it just somehow works with, you know, he's the bad guy, he's notorious for the bad guy, and it just really works well. And I kind of have a thing for the sequel too. I mean, it's not as widely remembered as the first one, and I think it goes a little too hard with the Easter egg kind of stuff. But it does still have somewhat that emotional storytelling that you're looking for. And then Brian mentioned worst. I was thinking of some, and then I thought of one, and I think a lot of people forgot about this movie existed. But Pixels.
You know what's funny is
boy.
I actually watched that with my wife. Like I think it was this year. It's
Yeah.
so dumb, but man, did I have a lot of fun watching that. That
It's
made me
a
laugh
fun
lot,
movie.
just because of how dumb it is. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's
It's
not
based
good.
on a short film.
That's crazy. It's not a good movie, but man, did
It's
I
not
laugh a lot.
Real quick.
Ironically,
I'll-
doesn't have a very. Oh, sorry, Brian.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I haven't seen Minecraft, but ironically, doesn't Pixels have an oddly similar plot to Minecraft? Like Josh Gad meets that gaming woman too. That's like kind of a side plot.
Yes, there's a
There's
MacGuffin.
I mean, there's
Oh, dude,
similarities.
that's like a tinfoil hat conspiracy. Did they just copy Pixels and put Minecraft over it?
I'm just saying, if I had the opportunity to copy Pixels, I would too. So.
That's
Yeah, I
funny.
don't know. I remember reading something that they copied a movie, but I don't know if it was Pixels.
Brian, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, on the topic of like, I know like Pixels and Wreck-It Ralph are a lot closer to this, like in like video game movies that aren't really like based off of anything.
Yep.
But if we're talking things that like give off the vibe of a video game, like something like Hardcore Henry, most recently for me, I just rewatched it. Havoc is like such a video
Dude,
game
it's a
movie.
video game movie. Yeah.
It's a video game movie.
Literally.
Like if you were to like make like, I don't even like what Max Payne and like mixing in like the world, almost like the world of like Arkham into it, because it's just like that got that weird like dark like dirty like look to it, and
Yeah.
then like GTA-esque like action. It's so ridiculous that nobody ever reloads in the movie, but the
No.
action scenes are so video game-esque.
Yeah.
It's just like to the point where it's like to a T. They should make a game based off of that now. Which,
Yeah.
speaking real quick of Gareth Evans' other work, his TV show that Gangs of London is based off a video game, which I didn't know until like a year or two ago.
The Gangs of London is a video game?
Gangs of London is based off a game, yeah.
What game? Is it
Gangs of
called
London.
Gangs of London? I've never heard of
It's
that.
called Gangs of London. Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
like a PS2. It was like a one-off like PS2 game, but yeah,
I know there was like the
turns out
Getaway,
that that's
but it wasn't that.
what?
It wasn't
No,
the
it's
Getaway that it was based on.
No, Gangs of London is just based off of Gangs of London.
Yeah, it's right here. It says there's a 2006 action adventure video game developed by London Studio and published. These are the guys that did that VR game for PSVR.
Oh, they did Blood and Truth.
Oh,
Yep.
the heist.
Yep.
The
Oh,
heist
that's a
one or
fun
whatever?
game.
Yeah, that is fun.
I was because right when you said London, I was like Blood and Truth because that whole game is London. Like it's
Yeah.
a whole.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so his show Gangs of London, which I've seen, I think the first episode, it's very good. It's very Gareth Evans. Like, if you've ever seen The Raid or Havoc or anything like that, it's very up. Like, it's exactly what you would expect from him. But Havoc is such a like, it's literally pulled from video games. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he were to say like, oh, this and this inspired me, and like if you were to pull from like specific games. But yeah, it's like such a video game movie.
I would say mine, as I'm just kind of like going through just all the video game movies that have come out. And so like my favorite, just one I liked the most, honestly, would probably be Sonic the Hedgehog, honestly. Just as I'm just going through this, I'm like either that one or I don't know.
I think my
Probably
favorites.
that one. Or
My
Lara
favorite-
Croft Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. Tell me she did not play Lara Croft to a T.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna say the new one. Might be.
No.
Oh, with was
Come
it
on,
Leash of
Connor.
Lycander or whatever?
Connor laughed. Connor knows what's
Yeah,
up.
no,
Connor. Come on.
the old Lara Croft one is like kind of campy. I like it.
It's just like
it's
the
not
game.
great, but it's
No.
it's fun.
If we're talking the one I had the most fun with, I think is so underrated just on that is Doom with The Rock, like we mentioned earlier.
Oh my!
There's that
God.
one
Yes.
scene where they
I
go
thought-
first person. That scene I thought was so fucking badass. It's like that is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I thought
As
you
a
were
kid,
gonna
I really
say
thought that.
Uncharted.
Uncharted is really I actually think Uncharted
Uncharted's
is one of the
fine.
most
Uncharted's
underrated
fine.
ones. It's just like the game.
I love Uncharted.
Yeah, it's just like the game. And people rag on the movie. Well, it's not, it's this. It's a little too crazy. It's a little too out there. It's a little, a lot
It's a
going on with the
great
games
popcorn
like that.
flick.
Yeah.
It's a great popcorn flick.
The worst
That's
one.
another one I wish Travis Knight stayed on. He was
Yeah.
supposed to do it.
Oh, and he was supposed to do Uncharted. Really?
Yeah, and they dropped out because he was doing something else for Leica.
Okay. And then Ruben Fletcher ended up directing that, right? That was the zombie lady.
Yeah, the guy who did Venom and Zombieland and all that.
The worst one? I don't know what the worst one would be. I haven't seen
Do you
enough
know-
of these to know.
Brian, did you know David O. Russell was supposed to direct Uncharted at one point?
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy. What a name!
Yeah.
Like
He was like the first
I
guy
could not-
attached to it.
I
And then
couldn't
I
see him
think it
doing
was
that.
Neil Berger was attached to. I
Okay.
think Sean Levy was attached at one point.
Sean Levy. Oh,
Sean Levy ended up
Yeah.
making a video game movie. Free Guy. That's pretty much a video game movie.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
Oh, you don't like that movie? Oh.
I'm allergic to the way Sean Levy makes movies post 2015. So
I think it's fun.
Didn't
I
he
was saying,
do?
I
Did he
think
do?
I think he made a
DP
great
Wolverine?
movie in Night at the Museum and has yet to reach the levels of that. But,
Oh,
Did
90
he
Museum was
do
really good.
DP and Wolverine?
Yeah.
yeah.
He did.
He did. I always get him and I can't remember his name. They make like the same exact movies. Sean Levy and he didn't do Bullet Train, did he?
No, David Leitch did.
Yeah, that's who it is. So I get Sean Levy and David.
But David
Leitch
Leitch
mixed up.
did Deadpool 2.
Yeah, they're literally the same filmmaker. Wouldn't be surprised if they were the same person. They make films the same exact way. At least to me.
Have any of you guys seen Gran Turismo?
No, I wanted to see it, but I've kind of lost my interest on it. F1 has kind of like taken my like new racing movie
Yeah.
attention. Gran Turismo, maybe I'll watch it at some point.
If we're going to talk about a fun movie, though, that isn't directly a video game, but it's based on a board game, I would say the newer set of Jumanji movies, particularly the second one. Really makes me chuckle because Aquafina playing Danny DeVito and impersonating Danny DeVito the whole latter half of the movie. I could not stop laughing.
I
just
just
thought-
funny you bring that up. Because this is a good opportunity to pitch my Chutes and Ladders idea.
Go on.
Oh, it's essentially you get the same cast as Minecraft, but you just keep putting them down. Like they gotta climb up and down ladders, and then going down chutes.
No, it should be with Tim Robinson, and he's like, I gotta go down the ladder again. What the? Fuck?
But it's like you guys are familiar with Tim and Eric, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's shot like a Tim and like it's just green screen, like he's just blatantly on a green screen.
It's just green screen. But I've heard what's her name, Julia Tucurno, or however you pronounce her name, wants to do Chutes and Ladders after how popular Titan was.
Yeah, she's going to Cannes with it, you know.
Yeah, well, after she does Alpha. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she wants to do Chutes and Ladders.
That's funny. Connor, I guess we'll end with you. What is your favorite video game adaptation? Do you have one?
Well, Mason already took my Pixels mention. So, no, I'm kidding. It's far and away Silent Hill. 2006 Silent Hill, which is directed by his name's Christoph Gans, and he hasn't directed a movie since Beauty and the Beast in 2014. And he's directed like 5 movies. This movie, Silent Hill. Missing. Yeah. Well, what's crazy is like the craft behind this, because it's written by Roger Avery, who is like a frequent collaborator with Tarantino, and they have a podcast together.
It says he's doing Return to Silent Hill.
Oh, then sign me up. I'm all in. But yeah, it's written by Roger Avery and it's shot by Dan Louston, who is kind of Guillermo del Toro's DP, and he has shot the last 3 John Wick movies. So this movie, again, I think I said at the top of the podcast, I'm not familiar with the game at all. Like I played it once when I was a little younger, but I think it's one of the few video game adaptations I've seen that correctly like feels like you're in a video game in terms of like atmosphere and perspective. And its thematic language is pretty crazy. Like, I don't know how close it is to the game, but it more than a lot of movies in terms of religion, it dives very deep into like fanaticism of religion, and I don't know, it's just really well written and super well shot. That's why I brought up Roger and Dan, because the below the line categories is kind of going crazy. And the cast is really, again, I have no reference point, so I can't really talk about it in comparison to the game, but I watched it this year because a friend recommended it to me. I kind of went on I watched all the Resident Evil movies too, but yeah, Silent Hill was really good. I like it. I watched it again. I watched it with a group of people. Like, it's kind of a crazy movie. And that dude with the big sword, I like him.
Eli, funny you mentioned that. Eli just said Silent Hill movie is great. Look up the dude who plays Pyramid Head. Dude is absolutely shredded.
Yeah, Pyramid Head's a pretty awesome character. Yeah, it's Pyramid Head.
Is that the guy with the sword?
Yeah.
Oh, I love him. And wait, is that Eli Poirier?
Yes.
The boy?
Yes.
Is that him? Oh my God, that's a name I haven't heard in a minute.
We're gonna end it off with this comment from Eli as well. Chutes and Ladders should be a Shawshank remake, but instead of getting out, the main guy winds up in his cell again.
Genius. Give Eli all the money.
Give him all of it. Also, Return to Silent Hill. Oh, go ahead, Bri.
I was gonna say I was gonna bring up one more like small topic, but you finish. yours.
Sure. No. All I was gonna say was Return to Silent Hill, Connor, the sequel made by the same director, is done, and I guess it was.
Yeah,
done-
no, that's what I was saying
Oh, it's
earlier. Is
done?
that it's like it's
Yeah.
been like they already finished filming, and there was a rumor that it was
In
coming out this
February.
year, and I got really excited about it. So
Yeah, it finished
What?
February. It finished. It looked like
Wow.
that was an interview with the director in France. It looked like with a French publication.
That's
Brad guy, what were
crazy.
you gonna say?
I was gonna say one last little small topic before we sign off here is, what video game that hasn't gotten an adaptation yet would you want? And for a little added
Ooh.
thing, if you want to throw it on, what filmmaker would you want attached?
BioShock, because it was supposed to get made and it never got made, and I wish they would do it because I think that world could be really amazing to do. BioShock, and then director Denis Villeneuve.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I got
Connor,
mine.
look
You
up
ready?
BioShock if you haven't, if you don't know what that is.
well, yeah, no, I know what BioShock is, but I remember there being an article. I think it was in February. That movie's still alive. The guy who did the Hunger Games movies, Francis Lawrence, is directing it.
Oh, you mean the
Oh.
guy who did the greatest bomb movie of all time, Casino Royale? That guy?
Did he do
Yep.
Casino? Oh, wow. Well, he has another movie coming out this year too. So
The Long
yeah,
Walk.
no, that movie. So I remember that movie's still kind of alive.
Make it. Mason, what were you gonna say?
Metroid, directed by Fade Alvarez.
Ooh,
That'd be
that's a good pick. Alvarez did the newer Evil Dead, or the second to last Evil Dead, and he also did
second.
Don't Breathe,
He did.
right?
Yeah, he did the Evil Dead, the 2013 Evil Dead, and he did Alien Romulus.
God, the
and Don't Breathe.
2013,
I don't know if Nintendo would go rated R, but if they do, it should be for Metroid.
that would be a good one. Brad guy?
So I think this has been done a million times. Like movies like these have been done a million times because I forgot I had a list of like way back. I made a video game film adaptation list that I wanted, and I'm just picking one off of here. But so if we were to ever get a GTA movie,
Yep.
me personally, I would specifically want 5, and I have 2 attached, but I gotta pick one.
Yep.
So I would say Spike Lee.
Ooh, a GTA movie with Spike Lee? I could see
GTA
that.
movie led by Spike Lee. And if it's not Spike, the other option would be Scorsese. I think Scorsese would be a good majority of people's picks. But thinking about it, another one I could throw in is Michael Mann. So you just think about Heat, and you think, oh, you could just transfer that kind of story to GTA 5. I think you'd
Yeah.
perfect it. But I'll say Spike. I think Spike
Can I-
would add a lot of flair to it.
For the GTA, I could totally see them doing their own thing. Like that's another thing where they don't adapt it. They just so my vision is that it would be an HBO series, a continuous
Okay.
series, but what it does is that they have original characters, but they bring in characters from the games to like surprise fans along the way.
Ooh, okay.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
C-Man?
Well, you already know what my pick is.
Oh, yeah, you shoot some ladders.
No,
Checkers.
No,
Checkers.
no.
Checkers.
Checkers. And hear me out. Directed by Spike Jones.
But it's filmed it's filmed like her.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I'm onto something here. But I'm trying to think of I think Red Dead would be cool.
Ooh, heck yeah.
I think that would be a cool movie. My pick for that would be David Mackenzie. He directed Hell or High Water,
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oof.
man.
which
Damn.
That's a great pick.
Whew. Sign me up for that
I
one.
think that would be really cool. I think he'd be able to capture that mood really well.
I think David Mackenzie could also do GTA as well.
He could. I think so.
Yeah.
I think he would do really
Matt
good at
Matt says Farmville, Steven Spielberg.
that.
Yo, you put any video game adaptation in the hands of Spielberger, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a good movie.
that's fine.
Eli says Metro 2023 series would be cool. Scratch that. I agree with Matt.
Metroid. He say Metro 2033.
2033. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah,
All
they
right.
could do like They should be directed by Bong Joon-ho because he did Snowpiercer, and I think Snowpiercer and Metro, sorry,
Ooh.
are very similar.
Yeah, they're very similar. Totally, I could totally see that. Who did Fargo?
Oh,
Coen-
Coen
The
Brothers.
Coen
Coens.
Brothers.
Yeah, no, not anymore. If it was Coen Brothers back then, maybe, but Coen Brothers now
They
is
don't make
totally
movies anymore.
They don't
together.
make movies anymore. But even
They
when
make
they're on their
movies
own,
separate.
Who
They make
who
their own
directed
movies.
3 Billboards?
Oh, Martin
Uh,
McDonagh.
Yeah, Martin McDonough.
He should do.
Red Dead.
No, I just lost it. Sorry. No, he
He's,
should do GTA. He should do
He's
GTA.
making a new movie right now.
Ooh.
Is he?
Master
Yeah.
Babies.
Yeah. Banshees is fun. All right, Brandon, take us out, buddy.
Connor, thank you for joining us. Hopefully, we'll see you in another year when more movies have come out for video games, or maybe when you've played more video games and you can come back again to talk about some video games.
That's
I'll always come back if you will have me. I appreciate you guys having me this time around. This was really fun.
Of course.
Good conversation.
Of course.
This has been great, and hopefully, we'll have many more guests soon, including Snatcher when he's camera ready.
Ass Snatcher. His name is Ass Snatcher.
I'm a gentleman. I call him by his last name. Isn't that what your parents taught you?
Please, Ass was my father. Call me Snatcher.
And with that, we're closing out our 21st episode. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for enjoying and liking, and doing whatever you do in the comments. You guys make this all happen, and you make it a really great show without you guys. So thank you so much. Connor, any last words before we sign off?
No. Oh wait, yeah. All right, everyone, go watch Sinners in theaters. That's my final thing. Everyone, go watch Sinners. Directed by Ryan Coogler. That's my final
that
thing.
movie so
And
bad.
and watch Breach on YouTube.
Yes. Breach.
Watch
Yes.
Breach.
My directorial debut. Please and thank you. It's on our Cloud Saga page. Cloud Saga Cinema
Watch this
Podcast, I
thing.
think it's still called.
Yep.
You'll see Brandon get wiggled around by an older gentleman.
We don't know
I
who
get-
that older gentleman is. We just kind of found him off the street.
We
I got
showed up on
breached.
set one day.
Yeah, he breached in. Yeah.
Alrighty, bye-bye, everyone.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
God dang it. I gotta stop. I gotta turn this end screen off. All right, well, bye everyone.
Bye.
See you later.
Good
See ya.
show.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thank you.